Shalom, family. Good to see you all here. Hope you're all doing well. We're going to talk about these 1,000 white people that went up on Mount Everest and they are stuck. They got there and a blizzard hit, a blizzard, and they got stuck up there. And you know what they do that's really sick? See, when people die on Mount Everest, they don't retrieve those bodies because they said it's too dangerous going up and down that mountain. So when the people go hiking or climbing, they use the dead bodies on the ground as markers to know where they are on the mountain. I was like, that's crazy, but they do. The people are literally there. Like if it's not that much snow, they can see the bodies that are there and they use those as markers. Yeah, that's too dangerous. They said it is way too dangerous for people to go in there and get those bodies. And some of those bodies, y'all, have been on the ground for several decades up there because when people would try to recover them, they would end up getting killed. So they don't do it no more. So you go up there, you go at your own risk, and nobody is coming to recover your body. So as long as you know that, they're good. Thank you, Animal Advocate, for your new membership. So they're good. And I just want to go over some of the things I looked up about that. I said, you're paying for your own coffin up there. So if you want to climb Mount Everest, y'all, it will cost you between 30,000 to over $160,000. The average is usually between 40 to $60,000. This is how much they pay to climb Mount Everest. Climbing Mount Everest can cost, the average person pays between 40 and 50. So you can have a guided uh, expedition, or you can climb it unguided. So you do have that choice to go guided with someone that's an expert climber or unguided. You have to also get a permit from the Nepal government. The permit can cost from $15,000, and that's an increase from $11,000 back in 2024. So, y'all, if you need equipment because you just can't climb up with your bare hands, the gear costs anywhere from 5,000 to $10,000. If you want oxygen with it, that's an additional $6,000 per bottle if you want oxygen. So you can also get support if you want, but you got to pay for that on your own. You can pay for your guide, cooks, porters. You can pay people that will be there at the camp to make your meals, to, just do certain things that you need done. But of course, that's going to cost additional money for that. Now, to get a round trip from wherever you are to Nepal, that can cost anywhere, depending on where you are in the world, from a few $100s to $7,000 for a round trip to go to Mount Everest. Man, with that kind of money, y'all sure got a lot of money to throw away. That's all I got to say. Y'all got a lot of money to just toss away. And in many cases, you are paying for your own demise. But this is what they pay, y'all. And you got caught in a blizzard. Did anybody check the forecast before y'all went up that mountain? Damn, 1,000 of you? So they're trying to figure out a way to get them out of there, y'all. All that money they spend just to climb a damn mountain. When I say superficial, I mean it to the core of my soul. These people are superficial as hell. Mhm. All that money just to get stuck in a blizzard. So let me share my screen because you got to see this. Our people, y'all, I just want to warn you, our people are on these videos roasting their asses for real for even taking a trip like this. But this is what they do. This is climbing Mount Everest. That's a white people trip. That's a white people trip for real. All right. Let me share my screen so we can get started. Please give me a 1 if you can see my screen. Thank you, y'all.
Okay, so did y'all see how about 1,000 people were stuck at Mount Everest because of a blizzard? They all got stuck climbing up Mount Everest. And you know what? It's not even about the fact that it's voluntary, that you absolutely don't have to do it. It's actually about the price. Do y'all know that to climb Mount Everest, the starting price is about $30,000, and that's just base. We're talking about it's normally between 45 to 70 plus $1,000 to climb up a mountain, and the only thing you receive at the top is internal gratification. And most people don't ever even make it to the top. Oftentimes people don't even make it back down, if you know what I mean. There are whole posts, whole areas set up for people who are still climbing and look to the side and they see all types of people who never made it. And they even tell you when you get up there, don't sit down, don't get too comfortable because you might not get back up. And you know what this reminds me of? That Titan submersible. When people decided to go visit the Titanic and they paid $250,000 per person and quite literally lost their lives when all they had to do was not. And I really don't get it. I can respect wanting to accomplish something for yourself. I can respect having the means to do so. But is it really worth your entire life? Like, do you not have family? Do you not have anything else to live for? Is this the end all be all?
Listen, I'm white, but I'm not hike Mount Everest when there could possibly be a blizzard and get stuck on the side of a deadly mountain white. You know what I'm saying? Being poor saves me again. And also completely optional. Completely optional. There are 1,000 people, white people, mind you, um, stuck on the side of Mount Everest right now. Okay. And this is why other people say they will not partake in white people activities. And I don't blame them because again, I'm not even white enough to voluntarily hike up the side of a mountain when there could possibly be a blizzard. Did we not check the weather app on our phone? Like, did you not click that open and be like, hey, there might be a blizzard while we're on the side of this deadly mountain. Maybe we should reschedule or just like not go at all? No, was never a thought. Prayers to the people stuck on the mountain. But once again, being poor saves me. Being poor saves me.
Bro, I'm on Everest. Blizzard just came out of nowhere. I can't see anything. It's freezing and we're stuck up here.
Yeah, because it ain't no way. I'm sitting here watching this man on Mount Everest, and I'm sitting here like, bro, you acting like my ex-husband. It's giving me real narcissistic vibes because you gaslighting me right now. You cannot convince me that you did not know the tallest, coldest, darkest mountain that creates its own weather, by the way. This is why people be dead as fried chicken. You can't believe me. I mean, you can't pay me to believe that you didn't know that this was a strong possibility. And then you had the audacity to say the blizzard came out of nowhere. You in the home of the blizzard looking at you like you came out of nowhere. Where this man came from? You the one that's out of pocket. The blizzard lives there. It's like me going in the ocean saying, where's all this water coming from? Bruh, you are on Mount Everest.
There are like 1,000 people stuck on top of Mount Everest right now because of a snowstorm, and I'm just saying that all could have been avoided if they just would have stayed home, all right? Like, I hope they make it out okay, but climbing Mount Everest is totally optional. And climbing Mount Everest, it's expensive, there's so many risks, it's low-key disgusting, like, there's so many reasons why you shouldn't climb it. Because for one, it costs a minimum of $30,000 anywhere to $100,000 just to climb it. And in order to climb Mount Everest, you have to pass dead bodies all along the way. Like, is that not weird and so risky? And there are also long lines at Mount Everest to go to the top. Like, you're literally waiting in lines just to hike. And there's also so much trash and just waste that is left from people. And the people that get taken advantage of for others to climb Mount Everest, like, I just feel like, there's so many other things you could do. Maybe like stay home on your couch, go to a nice ski resort. Like, there are other things you can do than, climb Mount Everest and get stuck up there because of a snowstorm. Like, I just feel like climbing Mount Everest in today's age, it just doesn't do like much good. Like, I know it's a bucket list item for a lot of people, but when you like take in everything, like the risks, the waste that's left behind, everything that goes into it, I just don't think it's a good idea.
So why the hell is it 1,000 people stuck on the top of Mount Everest? What the hell are people going up there to see? If you ain't seen it all this time, you shouldn't want to go up there. And they said it's full of trash and bodies. Like, what? Like, they stopped. I went down and started looking at videos, and I seen this video about this man named Green Boots. He's up there. They talking about they use him as a monument. How are you using somebody's unalive body as a monument? They was like, they use people that are down there that's not alive. They use them as trail markers. Like, why would you even want to go if you are using bodies as if they using bodies as trail markers and they have a body as a monument? Why would you even want to go? What would make you want to go see that? Walk past that. Why do y'all want to do shit that y'all ain't got no damn business doing? Like, damn, stay on the ground. Quit going and doing shit, digging up shit, climbing shit, and looking for shit. Like, leave that alone. Like, that's crazy. Ain't no damn way.
So you mean to tell me you escaped from prison 4 months ago with a bunch of other niggas? And in the middle of the night, y'all just decided y'all gonna escape prison. All the other niggas that you escaped with end up getting caught, but you're the only one that's still on the run. You're the only one that they have not been able to capture, which leads people to believe that, oh, he's actually going to get away with this. That man has changed his appearance. He's living life as another person, like the cops are never going to find him. Just for the cops to find you 4 months fucking later, hiding out in Atlanta, Georgia. Atlanta, Georgia! 8 hours away from where you escaped from. You have been on the run for 4 months, and the best option you could find to hide out at is fucking Atlanta? You should have been in goddamn Zimbabwe by now. Not only were you just casually chilling in the projects of fucking Atlanta, not one time did you think to alter your appearance. When they arrested him, he looks the fucking same. Of course they found you. You walking around looking like the nigga that escaped. Have you niggas never seen Prison Break? We've been thinking that you were the ringleader, and the reason that everybody escaped is so that you can escape and go live your fucking life and be free. Bitch, go start a new life in another country. Whole time you down the street. Like, I will never ever root for a man ever again because we were rooting for you. We were all rooting for you.
If you're new here, stop scrolling. Mount Everest has 1,000 people trapped, and the update just broke and is wild. Hit follow. You won't believe what's next. Yo, a sudden blizzard slammed the Tibetan side of Everest, stranding nearly 1,000 climbers and trekkers at altitudes over 4,900 meters. This isn't just bad weather. We're talking about people stuck in Mount Everest death zones for days. Some have been rescued. About 350 so far made it down to safety, but at least 200 are still caught in deep snow, tents collapsing, and oxygen thinning. What's chilling, some rescuers warn that in 24 hours, those still trapped could start unaliving from hypothermia and oxygen deprivation. How did so many get stuck this badly on Everest, one of the most monitored peaks in the whole entire world? If you've ever trekked or guided on Everest Tibetan side, or know someone who has been in Everest camps, what's your take? Did weather warnings come too late? Did permit control or staffing affect this? Share your experience here. I really want real local insight. So let's talk about some key facts. The storm struck suddenly during China's Golden Week holiday, trapping travelers at campsites. Rescue teams, villagers, and yak herders have been drafted. Blocked access roads and avalanches slowed them down. As of now, all remaining trekkers have reportedly been evacuated. The death zone of Everest, above 8,000 meters, where oxygen is dangerously low, notoriously pushes climbers to the brink. If you want every leaked video, survivor testimony, and twist in the Mount Everest 1000 trap update and more true crime, hit the follow button right now, because the next report might blow everything open, because most people scroll past sensational posts, but not you. You're still here. So hit the follow, because the next frame of Everest could change how you see Mount Everest forever. Y'all, somebody drop a mountain emoji down in the comment section if you made it to the end of the video.
I'm casually minding my black business, right, and I come across that it's 1,000 people that's stuck on Mount Everest. I would assume Caucasian, okay? No offense, but that sounds like a Caucasian activity, right? So they over there stuck like Chuck over there, right? So I was like, ever since I seen Sheila go up that mountain to try to save her marriage, I knew that was a place that you would never find me, okay? And I'm sitting here trying to figure out what's so great about Mount Everest. Like, once you reach the top, is there a pot of gold? Keep in mind, this is completely optional, all right? So they get up there and get stuck. My thing is, who finna go and rescue them? I was like, you better call Elsa from Frozen, because who told you to go up there? Keep in mind, y'all, it costs like $30K to like 120K to climb this mountain, right? I mean, I do feel bad kind of in a way, but it's like, why would you even go up there? I feel even more bad for the people that gotta go up there and rescue them. Listen, you would have been better off calling Tyrone before calling me. It only took Sheila one time to go up that mountain for me to know that would never be a place for me.
Hold the line! Keep moving! The wind is punishing up here. Visibility just a few meters. You can see climbers holding onto this fixed rope, many barely on their feet. Rescue
Gale force winds and heavy snow are hammering the eastern face of Mount Everest right now. At nearly 5,000 meters, hundreds of climbers and pack yaks are fighting to stay on the route. Rescue teams are setting up emergency camps, pulling exhausted hikers off the trail.
Oh, they have over here! The ridge is gone! Keep moving! Follow the rope line! The yak's down! I can't get the load up! Visibility zero! Watch your step!
Stop! The line's frozen solid!
This is the deadliest storm this season on the south route of Mount Everest. More than 1,000 climbers are stranded.
Mount Everest's eastern face are gusting near 90 kilometers per hour. Hundreds of hikers and pack animals remain trapped as temperatures plunge well below freezing.
Base camp, this is Rescue 2. Visibility less than 20 meters. Hold the line. Stay together.
I can't see anything!
Keep breathing. You're okay. Stay with me.
Radio check. Base camp. Do you copy? Conditions are worsening.
Stretcher coming through. Make a path.
Pence going. Grab the lines. Everyone.
Over here. We need a medic. Hold on. Stay low.
Everyone who is as obsessed with Everest talk as I am, you've got to hear this news. So apparently there's been a massive snowstorm at Everest that they don't normally get this kind of weather at this time of year. And up to 1,000 people are trapped up there. And apparently some of the snow has crushed some of the tents.
Good morning, everyone. I couldn't stitch this video, so I'm doing it like this, but there are multiple people making videos on TikTok about 1,000 climbers being trapped on Mount Everest after a heavy snowstorm. And I wanted to preface that that's not the case. There are hikers trapped. Hikers from Lukla to Everest Base Camp. They are trapped on an altitude of 4,900 meters, so that's around Everest Base Camp. Normally it's a very safe trek from Lukla to Everest Base Camp. There are rarely any incidents, but this was an unforeseen, really heavy blizzard. But it's very important because now again I see hundreds of comments. Why do you want to climb Everest? Why do you want to climb mountains? Stuff like that. Nobody can answer that unless the climbers, and I mean the true climbers. Not the rich people who pay a lot of money to let themselves be dragged up by sherpas to summit Mount Everest, because I'm very against that. That's very, very wrong. I'm talking about the true climbers who have years and years of experience, who climb 8,000ers because it's their passion. That's what they do. Only they can answer it. I'm a real mountain nerd. I will never be able to climb Mount Everest or another mountain whatsoever of that altitude. I hope one day I can reach Everest Base Camp, but it's very important to have the information straight and don't tell misinformation, because this is what you get. So to make it clear, It's not the climbers on Mount Everest that's being tracked. There aren't 1,000 climbers on Mount Everest, not even yearly, let alone daily. It's the hikers from Lukla to Everest Base Camp that are trapped. Nonetheless, a very serious situation, but a little different from what's been told now. So that's what I wanted to say around 7 o'clock in the morning. So have a great day, everyone. Bye.
Hey guys, I don't know how I ended up on Mount Everest TikTok. Okay, I have no idea how I ended up in that part of the world, but I would just like for all white folks to please step forward. Just step forward, all white people. I just want to know what would make you want to climb Mount Everest. I want to know what would make you want to climb Mount Everest. There are 1,000 people that are stuck on Mount Everest right now. It's snowing, it's blazing, it's crazy. I mean, it's the damn mountain that has so many dead bodies. You guys keep climbing over these dead bodies and use some of them as landmarks to get to. Like I don't get it. I just want somebody to make it make sense. Now 1,000 people are out there busy asking for help and asking for rescuers to come and really? Whose partner's gonna come and rescue and like, oh my God, and risk their lives? I mean, this is the same mountain that PR of the mountain, the guys that do the PR for Mount Everest have told us that this is not an easy thing for you guys to be doing. Not only that, people are paying like $30,000, $100,000 to, I mean, this is rich people kind of problem. I'm sorry, like this is rich people problem. And you know, I guess this is why some families just don't get the loved ones to come back because it's such a huge risk. 1,000 people. Yeah, I don't know. And I don't want to say in more of these videos because they can't breathe. They've got frostbite on their face. They're losing their limbs. Somebody else was just left there dying. Yo, I find another sport. Like, why you guys gotta be extra? If you're not freaking swimming with the sharks or going into submarines, you are out here. Get black friends. Get black friends.
First, I'm praying for all you people on Mount Everest. Hope you guys get home safe and back to your families. But here's my question. Why? I don't understand why are we climbing this mountain. What does that accomplish for you? Setting some kind of record, saying that you did it, marking up your bucket list. Like, first of all, you paid over, I've heard different dollar amounts. One I heard was $60,000. I'm gonna go with $60,000. You paid $60,000 to climb this mountain. What? Like, you couldn't do something else with that money? That's I need help understanding why we're climbing Mount Everest. For those thousands of people that's stuck on that mountain, I'm not gonna say good for you and all that stuff because no one deserves to die. No one deserves to have their life taken. But my problem I have with this thing is if something happens to you, knowing this is like one of the most dangerous mountains to climb, if there's risks that happen to you, then you put other people at risk to have to come and save you. I'm not trying to be selfish, but it's just like, why climb that mountain when you know there's so many risks? I've heard there's a lot of bodies up there because of over the years of people trying to climb that mountain. Help me help you. Because there's nothing you can do to convince me to climb that mountain. I know everybody has their different thrills that they want. But to climb Mount Everest? Like, come on. This is those situations where people tell you, no, nothing's gonna happen. Listen, I'll make my own judgment. I'll make my own decision. I'll let you know if I want to do this or not. And I'm telling you right now, no. You can't even trick me into doing this. You can't be like, hey, I dare you to do this. No. Dare? What? I'm a grown man. You can't convince me of doing something I don't want to do. If I say no, it's gonna be no. You can talk bad about me all. No. Why climb this mountain? I really don't understand it. I really don't. Like I said, I pray that you all get back home safely. I don't know what the latest update is, but what?
Yo, so breaking fuck the news. Did you guys know that there's 1,000 motherfuckers stuck on top of Mount Everest right now? When I say there's 1,000 people stuck on Mount Everest, that is not an exaggeration. A blizzard struck the mountain, and right now the people are trying to figure out how to rescue 1,000 motherfuckers who are stuck on.
So, y'all, now I don't mean to sound cold hearted, but baby, why are there 1,000 white folks stuck on Mount Everest right now? 1,000. Nobody paid them, nobody forced them. They just woke up one day and said, you know what sounds fun? Freezing to death on a mountain. And now they're stuck up there because of, wait for it, a blizzard. On Mount Everest. Like, who could have seen that coming? Maybe the weather app y'all clearly didn't check before you packed your trail mix and your privilege. And the best part, they can't even find half of them. The rescue team's out there like, we're trying, but it's cold as hell up here. I bet it is. You climbed into the sky. See, this right here is why I say I fully support white people doing white people things without me. I'm not built for that. I'm not hiking up no mountain where the air don't even want to exist. If I gotta bring my own oxygen, that's God telling me stay your ass home. But real talk, I hope they find those people safe. I really do. But after this, please, let's retire Mount Everest from the vacation list. Y'all don't need to prove nothing. The mountain already won.
I did see somebody wrote Mount Everest is wicked. Actually, that mountain is not wicked. It's doing exactly what it's supposed to do and what the Most High intended for it to do. It was never intended for people to climb on it. Okay. But the mountain itself is not wicked. Climbing on it is just stupid. And it's not meant for climbing. It is stupid for people to pay just thousands and thousands of dollars. What you doing, paying for your own grave? Because that's what it sounds like. Yeah, but Catherine, that mountain is what it's intended for. It is there for a lot of animals and things that live out in nature that is adapted to the cold. But all these people just coming out of their mansions to climb up on it, no, it ain't meant for that. Okay, you came out of your $1 million condo to climb Mount Everest. Well, it wasn't meant for that. There's wildlife that live up in those mountains, but they're adapted to that kind of cold, so they survive. These people, now what are you going to do? You can't send a helicopter up. Look at the way that mountain is shaped. You could never get a helicopter up there. What are you going to do? So, I'm sorry, I don't feel bad for these folks. I hope they get home, but chances are they probably won't, because when they said they only got about 24 hours before hypothermia kicks in, it's been more than 24 hours. So the ones that are still missing, which is about half of them are still missing, they may be gone by now because the video was put out 2 days ago. So, wow. These people, they just do too many weird things for me. Hmm. Yeah, I think only 350 made it down, and the rest of them, they have not made it down yet. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of bodies up there because those are other people that paid thousands of dollars to climb up there. But see, they've been climbing Mount Everest for probably well over 100 years. So those bodies that are up there, some of them have been up there for several decades. Mhm. Boy, these folks, you can't follow what these folks do. Mhm. You saw them animals up there. The animals look completely unaffected. I was just checking out the videos because they got look like they got some horses and stuff, not horses, it looked like donkeys and some yaks and stuff carrying the equipment, and them animals are fine. They gonna make it down that mountain, but the people, that's a whole different them people ain't gonna make it, but them animals, they gonna be just fine. They gonna work their way back down. They gonna be just fine. You ain't never lied, Catherine. That's how I see it. You did not have to go up that damn mountain, and then a blizzard hits, and they said the blizzard never hits this time of the year. Okay, well, if the Most High controls the weather, he can make that blizzard hit in July if that's what he feels like doing. Okay, there's a reason why they got trapped up in there. Mm-hmm. So, y'all, I just wanted y'all to see this because this is really making the rounds on social media. Y'all, you ain't got to tell me nothing. You could sit me down and talk to me about Mount Everest and climbing it and stuff. And I don't care how many hours we're sitting face to face. You will never convince me to leave my home and go climb some mountain that a lot of people die on. Okay, that's what you ain't gonna do. So, y'all, please enjoy the rest of your day. I'm gonna be coming back to talk about that reparations agency that Gavin Newsom has put together, and the True Royal family will be joining me, and that one will be at 4 today. So I hope to see you all back then. And Animal Advocate, again, thank you for becoming a new channel member. And John L., thank you for your super chat and support for my channel, the so-called high IQ. Yeah. That's why they got to keep telling us they got a high IQ, because no damn body is believing it. That's why they got to keep saying it. Nobody believes it. So, y'all, I will see you then. Shalom, family.